Welcome back to Integrity Flow Yoga. I'm Meg, and today is day 3 of the Beginner's Flow series. If you're not already seated, go ahead and make your way down to the mat in a cross-legged seat, Sukhasana. If you would like to place a towel or a blanket underneath your hips to help you lengthen your spine, I would encourage you to do that now. And just go ahead and get settled. I invite you to close your eyes. Begin to deepen your breath. Pay attention to the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale, just settling in, noticing the air around you and how it feels on your skin. Noticing the coolness of the air as you inhale. Maybe noticing the sounds around you. Maybe you can hear the birds chirping outside or a car passing by your home. Feel the weight of your clothes against your skin. Feel your hands on your knees. Continuing to pay attention to your breath. Choosing to set this time aside for yourself. Take a deep inhale, a long exhale out through your mouth. Go ahead and open your eyes. Today we're going to learn a practice called Ujjayi breath. It's also known as ocean breath, and sometimes people refer to it as Darth Vader breath. We're going to begin by taking your right hand in front of you as if you're looking at yourself in a mirror. You're going to inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to act like you're fogging up the mirror. So inhale and exhale. So you hear that audible exhale. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Fog up that mirror. Now we're going to do the same thing, but on the exhale, we're going to keep our mouth closed, and you're going to feel a restriction in the back of your throat, just a slight restriction, and you're going to be able to hear that exhale. We're going to do this on the inhale as well, but let's practice it on the exhale first. So take an inhale with your mouth closed. And on your exhale, keep your mouth closed, but restrict your throat a little bit. When you do that, you can kind of understand why people call it Darth Vader breath or ocean breath. So inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Great. So we're going to use that breath during our practice today. The first thing we're going to do is begin to rotate our spine, making sure that your spine is lengthened. We're going to do circles. Place your hands on your knees and make sure that your sits bones remain secure underneath you. You don't want them to lift up while we're doing this. We're going to lean forward, opening up your chest, and then on an exhale, round your spine in a circle, and then on an inhale, bring it through, shining your heart forward. Exhale, round it back again. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you're seated firmly. Your sits bones are planted on your mat or your blanket, and continue to round your spine and really getting a good stretch on the sides. When you're rounding back, extend your arms, really get into this movement and open up the sides, your back, shining your heart forward when you come around. And then let's go ahead and reverse the circle. Inhale that audible breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And round your spine back. Exhale. All right. Go ahead and sit up straight. Now we're going to just loosen the neck up a little bit by doing circles one way with the nose. Making sure not to crunch the back of the neck. And then reverse your circle the other way. Really paying attention to your breath. And then release. If you have a blanket or towel underneath you, go ahead and place that to the side. And let's meet together in tabletop position on all fours. We're going to do some spinal flexions by dropping our belly, opening up our chest. And on an exhale, rounding your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your spine. Go ahead and do 2 more with the sound of your breath. Making sure to press your fingertips into the mat and not crunching your shoulders up by your ears. Let's come back to a neutral spine. We're going to extend our left leg out with our toes on the mat, and then drag your left toes over to the right side of your mat, looking past your right shoulder to get a nice stretch on the left side body. Breathe. Feeling that nice stretch. Go ahead and release. And now let's reset and extend our right foot up. Dragging it over to the left side of our mat, looking past your left shoulder. See if you can look at your toes. Just do your best. It's a big stretch, and breathe. All right, come back to tabletop. Curl your toes under, sit back on your heels, clasp your hands together and do some wrist circles. One way, the other way, just to get some relief from that pressure. All right, place your hands back on the mat, extend your hands out, curl your toes under, and lift up to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, you can do some easy movements, maybe pedaling out your feet, making sure that you're hugging your lower ribs in, pressing your fingertips into the mat, rotating your hands. You can even do a little internal rotation with your legs so that your toes are kind of pointed in towards each other. Take an deep inhale through your nose. A long exhale out through your mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Now we're going to lift our left leg up almost as if you're pressing it into a wall. If you need to peek at me to see what that looks like, go ahead and do that now. Then you're going to bend your knee, shift forward, step your right foot up into a lunge, lower your left knee down. If you need to use some blocks to bring the ground up to meet you, this is a great time to do that. You want to open up your chest. You can press your back foot into the mat if that feels more stable to you, making sure that your right knee is over your right ankle. Now straighten your right leg, dragging your hands back a little bit. You can have a generous bend in your right knee, a nice runner stretch. Take some deep breaths. And on an exhale, roll on back up onto that right foot. Plant your hands. Bring your right knee back to meet your left knee. Roll all the way down onto your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. And on an inhale, press up to cobra. And on an exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, release. Press yourself back up to that tabletop. Curl your toes under. Peel your hips up high to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, you can do some easy movements. Maybe look under your left arm, under your right arm. Feel that stretch in the side body. And then come to stillness. Let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let something go. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now on an inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Shift your left knee forward, step it up. Lower your right knee. Press the top of your right knee into the mat if that feels good. And go ahead and use your blocks if that helps you. Opening up your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Find that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. And on an exhale, straighten that left leg, pulling that hip back. Nice runner stretch here on the left leg. You can feel that stretch right here in that hamstring, the calf. Now roll back to that low lunge. Plant your palms on the mat. Bring your left knee to meet the right. And we're going to roll back down onto our belly. Pressing the tops of our feet into the mat. On an inhale, press up to cobra. On an exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Nice job. We're going to press back up to our tabletop and make our way back to downward facing dog. We're going to relieve our hands here in a minute. This is our last downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and make your way all the way to the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart. Go ahead and let your head hang over. Maybe shake your head yes or no, getting loosening up your neck. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Go ahead and sway over to the right and to the left. Just loosening up your legs, letting your head hang over. On your next inhale, rise up to flat back position, extending the crown of your head. And on an exhale, release. On an inhale, we're going to rise all the way up, hands up over our head, palms together, down at your heart, Anjali Mudra. Good job. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, bring your arms down to come up. And on an exhale, dive all the way back down to your forward fold. On your next inhale, rise up to flat back position. And on an exhale, release. Bend your knees all the way until you're in a ball. Place your hands behind you. Go ahead and center yourself on your mat and extend your legs in front of you. Now we're going to either do a slight bend or a generous bend in your knees, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to lift our arms up over our head, shining your heart forward. Placing your hands either on your shins or your feet and folding into your knees, getting a good stretch on your lower back. We're going to stay here for maybe 3 cycles of breath. For some of you, you may be able to extend your legs out straight. We're all at different levels. Everybody's body is different. The more you practice, the more flexible you'll become, both in your body and in your mind. Inhale. And on an exhale, release your hands and roll all the way up. Now we're going to come to lie down on our back. Once you're there, grab your right knee in towards your chest. We're going to start to wake up the core a little bit. We're going to start slow. So we're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, draw your nose to your knee. It doesn't have to come very far. Inhale, exhale, release. We're going to do that again. Inhale. On an exhale, draw your nose up towards your knee and feel a contraction in your core. Inhale, exhale, release. Switch sides. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Go ahead and inhale. On an exhale, bring your nose up to your knee. Inhale, exhale, release. Nice job. One more time. Inhale, exhale, nose towards your knee. Inhale, exhale, release. Great job, you guys. Go ahead and extend both of your legs out, your hands, your arms by your side, your palms face up. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body in the mat and begin to prepare for Shavasana. Feel the gentle heaviness spreading across your arms, legs, and torso. Your body giving itself permission to rest. Invite your awareness to soften. Instead of focusing, allow yourself to simply notice the breath drifting in and out, the quiet sounds around you, and the natural rhythm of your heartbeat. There is nowhere else you need to be. Let yourself be fully here, awake, aware, and at ease. Roll over to one side and press up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today for day 3 of this Beginner's Flow series. Bring your hands together at your heart and up to your third eye. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in you. Namaste.